the window when I'm driving over the bridge. So I don't usually do this, but I brought some props tonight to fill in the time. So we all have one of these, right? A memory box?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? You know, one of those boxes that you put all your sentimental items in. You know, things, for instance, like the condom your first boyfriend wore and you lost your virginity you didn't have. Or a lock of your ex-boyfriend's hair. Or love letters. Not ones that were sent to you, but ones you never sent out. And thank God for that. No, I don't have any of that in here. But, so does anyone remember this little lady? It's been a while. She looks a little rough. Okay. So whenever I first started doing comedy a couple years ago, I was working at a cafe, and I'd always go in the back to have a cigarette break, and there's a gentleman that lived behind the cafe, and every time I was out there, he'd ask me for a cigarette. So one of the days that I was out there, he's like, so by the way, what do you do for a living? I was like, well, I fucking work here, you should know that. He's always cigarette for me every day. And I was like, and I also do stand-up. And he's like, oh, so you use like sock puppets or something? No, but that could be a bit. So I went home that day, and I made a sock puppet of myself for some kind of reason. And I started using it in my routines, and I ended up making jokes about being like, oh, this is my ex-boyfriend's cum sock, I can't use this anymore, and I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And basically, sometimes in comedy there's some failures, and this is one of them. And it got to a point where people were calling me Olivia the ventriloquist. No. I can't even get a boyfriend without the fucking sock puppet. It's not helping. Back in the box you go. So, or to the side at least. So when I was younger, I was in the swim team for a couple years. So I have all these second place ribbons. Look at all these second place. There's more in all of them. There's more. And when most people see that, like, oh, like, you must have been really good, second place. But what really happened is there's just two people on the swim team. It was me, and then some dude that was like held back a couple years. He was like twice my height. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking lose every time. Second place, last place, might as well be the same thing. Let's see what else we got in here. This one more thing. Oh, this one's good. So when I was in high school, I came home from school, and I found this. See how old it is? I'm such a hoarder. I need it. When I came home from school one day, I found this note rolled up and stuffed into my bong. Because my dad found my bong, he left a note in it, and it says, "Are you making good choices today?" And it still has weed resin on it. It's that good shit. That Reggie Miller. I know what I'm talking about. And there's also a piece to a vacuum in here for some reason, and I don't know why. I think maybe I got drunk one night and just tried to like vacuum up all my shitty memories. I don't know. So I've got some news. There is a very big chance that I'm going to be on a comedy reality TV show soon. That's because the TV show Cops is going to be filming in Santa Rosa County very soon. Hey, let's all have a few drinks before we get in our car tonight. We can all get famous together and arrested together. Don't drink and drive, you guys. That's not even a joke, it's just a warning. Like, for real, we're going to be filming in Santa Rosa County soon. So when I was younger, I always thought that by the time I was in my late 20s, I'd be this very responsible, mature young lady. However, I turned out, I was like, oh, so younger and drinking really bad. So I'm 28 now, and just the other day, I was eating dinner in bed and smoking a bowl at the same time. And so I have everything, laid out in my bed. And don't worry, it's Tempur-Pedic, so it's basically table. And I look down and I see a weed nug on my sheets. And I pick it up and I put it back in the bowl. I guess it fell out, put it in the bowl, and I smoked it. And that's when I realized it wasn't a piece of weed. It was the top part of a piece of asparagus. And once I realized that, I kept smoking it. This is 28, you guys. This is 28. I feel like having my birthday on 420 is such a waste because I don't even like weed that much. I have a substance abuse problem. So, smoke me out later. That's what I'm gonna say. No, don't. No, do it. No, I need it. No, do it. I need it. I need it. I feel like anytime that I smoke weed, it's a lot like playing Russian roulette. Because 5 out of 6 times, everything's like going fine and nothing bad happens. But there's always that one time, every once in a while, I'm just like, oh shit, I'm dying! I've always been obsessed with the number 3, because it's very symbolic. For example, Earth is the 3rd planet away from the Sun, and it's the Holy Trinity. And then 3 is the only number that is the sum of the first 2 numbers before it. There's the 3 pyramids in Egypt. I only had 3 panic attacks before I came up tonight. Hey, does anyone else suffer from anxiety, depression, and stress on a daily basis? Awesome! Thank God. It really sucks when no one says anything. Like, oh, shit! It's just me. Okay. Time for another panic attack. I'm sure some of you might have heard this before, but apparently, if you force yourself to smile, you can trick yourself into thinking you're happy. Nope. So I want all of you to picture yourselves doing this in your bedroom by yourself.
I'm gonna work on that.
I'm fucking happy right now. Yeah, it doesn't work. You look and feel like a psychopath. And you can't go into your fucking miserable job that you hate and do that. Everyone's gonna be like, oh shit, Olivia's got a gun! Or a bomb strapped to her. I don't know, something's not right. Something's off. So I get really bad panic attacks occasionally, and one of the last ones that I had that was really bad, I was at my apartment, and it came out of nowhere, and like the only thing I had next to me was a glass of water, so I like dumped that over my head, and it didn't work. I'm just like sitting there, you know, wet hair, face, oh my gosh, I'm a fucking asshole. And so I went onto YouTube, and I typed in music for anxiety. And it gave me a commercial! Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm about to fucking kill myself or die, and you give me a commercial? Trying to sell me jeans? Trying to sell me jeans? Do you know how fucking hard it is for a short, fat girl to find jeans? It's like trying to find the Holy Grail. It's very hard. My mouth is very dry right now. That wasn't a distraction to look at my nose. You notice I didn't look at my nose. My mouth really is just very dry. It's my birthday. I've been taking all the free shots I can.
Liquor too?
You guys, I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally bought little girls' jeans online because I was trying to find the right pants. I can't tell you how awkward it is having to like explain to people why I have child's pants on my bedroom floor. I'm not a pedophile, I promise. Okay, just trying to find the right jeans for me. That's all. So I always felt like my life is a lot like the Truman Show meets the Jersey Shore. Because people are always taking videos of me popping without me knowing about it. And I'm usually drunk in all of them. Fucking Snapchat. I don't have it yet. Apparently there's plenty of videos floating around the cloud somewhere of me drunk and throwing chairs around outside the Azalea. It's chairs they're trying to get rid of. That, you know, helps me at all. So anyone that knows me, they know that I'm a very paranoid person. I always feel like I'm being watched, so I always have all my curtains closed. And anytime like my family or friends come over, they'll just, you know, start opening up all my curtains like, you're fucking crazy, no one's watching you. But let me tell you guys a little something. I walked outside the other day, let my dog out, and I saw something on the ground, and it was right by one of my windows, and it was a fucking drone. Yeah, that crashed coincidentally right outside the one window that doesn't have a curtain on it. Keep calling me crazy. Keep calling me crazy. It's actually really creepy. And that person came back to ask me for it, and I gave it back to them. And I was drunk. I didn't ask any questions. I'm getting spied on and I don't even know it. I'm just letting it happen. I knew it, I'm just letting it happen. Alright, where were we? I didn't get stoned or drunk on 420, not at all. I didn't do that at all. So a little bit about me. I'm a feminist. But I'm not one of those aggressive feminists, if you know what I mean. Let me explain before anyone gets offended. Okay, so I used to work in an antique mall. And occasionally, when the warehouse guys were busy, me and the other tough girl at work, Laura, we would have to occasionally move furniture in people's cars. And every time we would do that, every single time she'd go, "Down the patriarchy!" I was like, yes, fuck yeah. I was like, I agree with you. But can we please not yell that every single time? Good God. So I'm wearing a choker tonight.
Yeah.
And chokers are supposed to be sexy or whatever. But I don't really feel that sexy when I wear them because the last time I wore one, I was talking to a guy at the bar one night and I sneezed so hard that it broke off my neck. Not like Hope Lady. You can find yourself a girl like Olivia, nice and strong. She'll make your pressure for you too. As long as you go down on her. So I quit my job recently because I was nothing miserable. I started a business with my mom and my best friend. We are repurposing furniture. And my mom, like right when we started this business, she's like, okay, I have the perfect, most unique name for our booth. It's just really unique. I'll tell you guys about later. And so after like a week of like her keeping this to herself, she finally told us what it was. The Junkyard Chicks. Yeah! We're chicks. Sorry. We're chicks getting jumped and we're selling it. Hell yeah, sister, that is so unique. Let me tell you. Right. I'm wearing a lot of makeup tonight. I usually don't do that.
Girl, you
A lot of people wear makeup because they say it enhances the beauty you already possess. I wear makeup so that I don't look like a dead person. So that people would stop asking me if I'm doing okay. And you know, makeup can get really expensive, am I right, ladies?
Yep.
MAC, Bare Minerals. So I had this idea. I was like, do you think if I go to a funeral home and buy the makeup in bulk, it'd be cheaper? That's not weird, right?
The fuck?
As long as it hasn't been used, I know it's fucking right. As long as it hasn't been used, though, it's fine, right? Alright, this night got darker, I'm sorry. Just trying to fill time. A lot of weird shit coming up. So, speaking of things being on my face, I don't let anyone come on my face.
No.
Anymore.
Yeah.
That's because the first and last time I let someone come on my face, it was my first boyfriend. And he came on my face and it got in my eye, and my eye got really infected.
Yeah.
So I went to the store next to my house that I always go to, and I'm a regular there, so like every 5 seconds someone's popping out, they're like, Olivia, hey, how are you doing? Olivia, what's up? And I would just turn around, my fucking like swollen, like closed, watering eye. Like, oh God, what happened? Allergies. Really bad allergies in one eye. Yeah, alright, good. Junker, makeup, no homo, come in the face. Alright, cool. around my neighborhood and breaking into houses. But this is something my mom told me, and she believes everything she sees on Fox News.
Oh, God.
So yeah, it's probably didn't happen. But I was at home alone the other day, super stoned, and as usual, even though I didn't like it, but fuck it. And I went to go lock my front door. My front door is all glass. So when I went to go lock it, I noticed there was a face print on the glass.
Fuck no.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's them. They've been watching me. But then I was like, wait a minute, I came home drunk the other night and gone to the door. That's my face print! And I thought about it, I was like, even if anyone did try to like rob me or was like scoping my house out, once they were like watching me, they'd be like, oh fuck no, she's crazy. Because you do a lot of weird shit when you live alone. I need to stop saying I live alone. Someone's actually gonna fucking, I have a dog. I have a big dog, don't stay away from me. And a security camera. Anyways, I feel like if anyone was scoping on me, like, they'd be like, fuck that. Just because I do weird things when I'm home alone. When I'm not just constantly breaking out in song, I'll do this thing where like I'm just like walking around my house holding my tits for no reason. Just writing some jokes. I've been feeling really irresponsible lately because well, I had a doctor's appointment the other day and I actually made it to in time for once. But once I got home, it was like 9 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not used to being up this early because I'm a night owl. So I was like, what do I do with this free time that I have? So I started singing karaoke in my living room by myself, as one does. And while I'm singing Changes by Ozzy Osbourne, my window right next to my TV, I looked out and I noticed there's a gentleman from Pensacola Energy turning my gas on. And we made eye contact. And before I hid, you know, I couldn't imagine what's going through his head. It definitely isn't, damn, she's got her priorities straight. You got time to sing karaoke at 9 in the morning, but you don't have time to pay your fucking gas bill, you piece of shit. So are you guys into astrology?
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, I've always been very skeptical towards astrology because astrology suggests that people that have the same birthday, they have similar personality traits. I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that because I have the same birthday as Hitler. And the only thing we have in common is we're both white. Uh-oh, you got that?
Yeah, that'll be good.
She's like, I heard white. Ugh, throw my phone down. We're both white, we both appreciate art, and we both have a little bit of a mustache. So I'm a hairy girl. It's in my genes, biologically and literally. But you know what, I have this friend who is a nurse, and he's like, you know what, girl, if you're hairy, it means you're healthy.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm rolling anyways, you guys. I'm very healthy. Very healthy, drinking vodka every night. Everything hurts. All the time. I was hanging out with this guy one night, and we almost hooked up, but I was a little shy, a little hesitant, and because of that, he asked me, what's the matter, girl? Is there something wrong with that landing strip? This is flight 2069, contacting North Delta. We've appeared to reach our destination, but it seems to be an abandoned airport. The weeds and shrubs have taken over. It's overgrown, there's no landing strip in sight. We cannot land our plane. Shh, over. If anyone's confused, basically what I'm trying to say is I got a big old bush. Big old bush. So anytime I do shave my pubes, which is not that often, y'all know now, but anytime I do, I feel like it's equivalent to a child making macaroni art for their parents. Just like, here you go. I worked really hard on it. It still looks like shit. Oh, I like it. the other day, and the very first thing she said, she's like, man, she's like, I feel like my vagina's getting fatter. And she's like, yeah, I just feel like it's getting fatter. I just wish it would stop. I wish it would stop growing. And when I say that when I mean I went to go visit her, what I'm trying to say is I went to go visit her at work, and she's a bartender at a restaurant. So there's like this old man like a seat away from me, like trying to enjoy his reuben sandwich. And he starts like choking a little bit, and she's talking about her vagina getting fatter. So she's like, yeah, my vagina's getting fatter, so she would stop. And all I could picture was her talking to her vagina like it's a dog. Stay. Stay. No, don't move. Stay. Good girl. I'll be back home soon, I promise. Stick a fucking dildo up there or something. Anyways, that was improvised. Oopsies, I'm drunk. But anyways, we're doing good. Where am I now? Vagina getting fatter. All right. So I bought a bunch of lean cuisines. So I'm trying to eat healthier. But I ate all 10 of them in one day. I don't think I'm doing it right. I feel like that question in itself, am I doing this right, just like sums up my entire life. So I'm constantly asking myself with everything I do, like, for instance, if I'm trying to flirt with a guy, put on makeup, wipe my ass, I'm just like, am I doing this right? And usually the answer's no. To be completely honest. I also try to do the low carb thing every once in a while. But the last time I tried that, I was hanging out with this dude one night, story of my fucking life. And he took his shirt off. This is a true story. He took his shirt off, and he had a tattoo of a bowl of mac and cheese on his chest. So I fucked him. Come on, you guys! Let's play the cards! Throw me a phone! Or a loaf of bread! That's what I really want. I have this friend, and she says that every time she goes to the beach, she always tans topless. So I asked her one day, I was like, oh, well, how do you keep your nipples from getting burnt? It's a good question, right? Thank you. I usually have to fucking say that for someone else. Thank you. And she's like, oh, that's easy. I just put quarters on them. Congratulations, you have the perfect tits. I'm sorry, I don't have any coffee filters on me right now. I guess I can't join you. Maybe I'm going up to it, I'll jump to the Gulf of Mexico, get some sand dollars, all those lean cuisines. Give me a break, I'm not gonna do that. I used to buy that cute lacy underwear, used to buy it. But I gained weight since I bought it, and the lacy underwear, when you gain weight and you get bigger, it just kind of stretches. And there's just a bunch of holes everywhere from stretching. But I'm a hoarder, so I'm not gonna get rid of it. I still wear it. And like, just my pubes are just poking out the front of it. What's the fucking point? It's not doing anything. What's the fucking point? Why do I keep it? Still wear it. And my sister, she walked into me when I was changing one day. And she like, was looking at, she saw my backside, and she walks in and she's like, is that cheetah print? It looks like cheetah print. Like, no, that's just my bare white ass showing my information. I need to buy new underwear very badly. And then my pubes are the supernova. Spin around, orbit around. We're doing good. Okay. So, when I was younger, I wanted to get a thong, and my mom wouldn't let me. This is like 2 months ago, by the way. I don't know why she wouldn't let me yet. This is in middle school, and all my friends had thongs, girls and boys. And my mom wouldn't let me get one, so I took this into my own hands one day. I got a pair of granny panties and some scissors, and I just cut out the butt cheeks. I made my own thong, you guys. I made my own thong. That usually gets more of an applause. I was in middle school, and I my friend and everything. No, it wasn't. But I I was so proud of myself, and I couldn't wait to wear them the next day. But when I opened up my dresser drawer the next day to wear them, I noticed that they're missing. Which means two things. Either my mom found them and she got weirded out and threw them away, or either she's wearing them today. I don't know, that's a drunk conversation we haven't had yet. So my mom and I, we're really close. We go way back. We are so close that one time she bought me a glass dildo as a gift. Let me explain. I'm all set with it. It was one of those really fancy glass dildos that was hand blown, no pun intended. With all the fancy colors and patterns in it. And she knows how much I appreciate art. So she just thought it was a beautiful glass sculpture that I could put on my mantle and show my friends. Thanks, Mom. My apartment looks like a crack den already. Let's just slap a dildo on the mantle. It's really gonna tie the room together. Thank you so much for that. So sitting there, I see this fucking dildo on the table, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's a dildo. I can wait. I can wait. I dated a dude for 6 years that cheated me the entire time. I'm very patient. I can wait. I'm talking about the dildo my mom gifted me. How dare you? And thank you so much for being here. I'm too nice. Okay. But, so I'm looking at this dildo on the table. I wish that was the memory box. I would just slam it on your table. But I can't find it, and it kind of upsets me. I lost it in the mood. So I'm sitting there looking at this dildo, and Mom gave me, I'm like, what the fuck do I do? And she's waiting for my reaction. She's like, so, do you like it? It's from the Grand Canyon. It's expensive.
Oh my god.
Looks like someone put my Grand Canyon, you know what I'm saying? It's not that big, you guys. It's not that big. And then our server walks up to take our drink order, by the way. And I knew that she knew what it was. She's like, oh shit, I'll come back at a better time. I feel like I should be thankful that I got it at lunch and not at Christmas. The whole family's like hovering around me like, oh, what did Olivia get this year? That's supposed to be me opening the gift. Ah, look, a glass dildo. How did Santa know I wasn't getting laid again? He always knows. So I had done that joke for a couple years, and I never got any commentary on it ever. And then there was one night I was at the bar, and there was a gentleman across the bar that recognized me from that joke. And so from across the bar, he yelled, "Hey, it's Dildo Girl!" It's like, man, that's the worst nickname ever. Damn. And, you know, I started thinking about it. I was like, man, Dildo Girl. That would be like the worst superhero ever. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh, damn it, it's Dildo Girl. What is she gonna do? Masturbate all day? She's not gonna save any lives. She might as well be a villain. Damn.
Get it, girl.
Guys, I have a degree in environmental science and psychology. I turned down a government job because I wanted to be a comedian. Now I've got people calling me Dildo Girl.
Yeah.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was this guy that I was seeing for a while that I really liked. And I left my earrings at his house one night. And so I called him back the next day to get them. He's like, oh, which ones are they? They're the hoop earrings? No? They're the dangly earrings? No? Or are they the ones made on animal bone? You had a bad day! That's the only line of that song that I know. When I'm having a bad day, I just sing it and repeat like a fucking crazy person. Smiling really big. As you're supposed to do to trick your brain. Anyways. So I realized recently that I meet that at a party a couple years ago, I was blackout drunk and I was eating a pot roast on the floor pantless. And he can't remember if I was wearing underwear or not. And that really worries me, by the way. By the way, that's the same night that Andrew was talking about where he had to wrestle my pants back on me. And then eventually the next morning I woke up with no clothes on at all. What happened? I
tried!
So I've been feeling really down on myself lately because, you know, I waste too much time with guys that don't care about me, and, you know, I drink a lot. But I was leaving this nice little shithole in town called the Azalea the other night. And I was drinking there alone, and I was leaving. I saw a woman in the parking lot with her tit hanging out. And she squeezes it, and I see an 8-foot stream of breast milk just squirting across everyone's car. Very strange way to ruin a new paint job, by the way. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing fine.